gathering, lot of happiness that happened yesterday. I know the top 10 contestants were chosen, the plate round, and of course for the Dr. Bose trophy that we are going to have a cook-off today. But most of you, as you all know, that there's a very special ceremony that we do every single year at the Young Chef Olympiad, and that is the MOU signing ceremony. As you can all see on the board behind us, we are, of course, upholding the 17th goal, which is the partnerships for the goals of the UN SDG goals. And, of course, IIHM and the Young Chef Olympiad has been doing this for the last 8 years. It's nothing new, but, of course, for the mentors who are here for the first time, this is a MOU signing ceremony where we promise the exchange of knowledge in hospitality, in culinary arts. In case you would like to have the other countries' mentors come to your college and teach their cuisine, exchange for the students. So a fantastic partnership that we have created and built in the last 9 years. We are going to carry on with that for many years to come, and that is the MOU signing ceremony that we will be starting today. During the MOU signing ceremony, we will also have the felicitation for the mentors and the contestants. So I'm sure we all are looking forward to that and continuing our partnership in the future. This will be, of course, in case you don't have the authority to sign, we already have reached out to your directors. I had got the questions, from few of the mentors. So this is the MOU that has already been sent to the directors. We have received all the MOUs back, but the MOUs in the folders are the ones that we have printed, the same MOU that has gone. So the MOUs from the institute we have already received, so you don't need to worry about that. We will make a copy of your MOU and send it back to you. This is a symbolic signing, so you can please sign. We will have a photo opportunity, and then we will do the felicitation. So that is going to be the agenda for the MOU signing ceremony. And without wasting any further time, I would now like to call upon Dr. Suborna Bose, Chairman of IIHM and founder, of course, Chairman of Young Chef Olympiad, to come up on stage and say a few words.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, and it's such a great occasion once again. As Smita was saying, it was absolutely fascinating yesterday night, isn't it? I mean, I know there may be some heartbreaks, but then this Olympiad, as David Foskett always say, is not a cooking competition. It's much more than that. And today's partnership, the 17 SDGs that we embrace at ISC and IHM, 17 goal is about partnership. And we're all partners in one way or the other. There are new partners this year, old partners. Over the last 9 years, we had over 120 partners, because some new countries came, some countries could not come. Like this time, we missed a couple of our friends. But this signing of MOU is symbolic, yes, but it also is an evidence of our friendship. Friendship of the mentors with all of us, friendship of the young chefs, friendship of the judges, and the total Young Chef Olympiad family. And nothing can be better than today, as we start Dr. Bose Challenge today and super finale and plate tomorrow. And I think we had a lovely time yesterday. It's like to thank all of you. I'd like to thank on behalf of me and the entire team. We have got the directors here. I'll request all the directors to join me in thanking you. CEO Abdullah Ahmed, co-founder Mrs. Bose, Mr. Khurana. I'll be very happy if you can be on my side, because you are so handsome. On your side. Same color, so no worries. So, and the team, and Smita's here, and all the senior, we are missing a couple of directors, Sanchari and Sneha, traveling. But on behalf of the entire team, we have been to Pune, we have been to Delhi, of course, all of us, and we have been to Hyderabad. We got a fantastic time in Hyderabad, and in Goa as well, and of course in Calcutta and in Bangalore. So I think all these people worked very hard, And it's for them, Smita as well, up here in the back, as a person who is the manages the entire Olympiad. We can give all of them a round of applause for the very hard work which all of you have done. Because a lot of media also sometimes ask me, how do you manage 6 cities, so much logistics, so much of flights, so much late night arrivals, receiving these, that, enthusiasm, garlands, car, music, buses, and the competition. 28 judges, 22 judges from overseas. It's just because of these people. The people who leads each of the centers, they are the heroes. I do nothing. I only do media, nothing else. And we have got with us also our chief adjudicator. I will request Paul to please come and join us. Paul is a part of the huge family and a big supporter, huge well-wisher of this movement called Young Chef Olympiad. So I think we'll start the MOU. Before that, Paul, a quick one-liner.
No, it's so great to be back in India. The last couple of years, whilst it kept the flame burning, it wasn't burning as brightly as this. So it just warms my heart to see everybody here. And as far as I'm concerned, every single one of you is a winner. So thank you for coming back.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. In fact, a special thank and applause to Paul, because when Ron decided not to come, it came as a shocker to us, because Ron's been pillar. Even pillar is the understatement. He is the man behind the Young Chef Olympiad. And then we didn't know how to go about, but this man got us out of trouble. He came in with all the responsibility that comes with the chief adjudication, and I'm telling you, it's not easy. It is not at all easy. Hundreds of meetings, hundreds of decisions, some tough decisions, and some decision that we support the Young Chef Olympiad and the young chefs. Just to take the example of our friend from Equatorial Guinea, it took us 5 minutes to have a quick chat to support him. And we did a special case for him, because this is not so much of a competition. This is a culture. The culture of friendship. So without much ado, now we'll go for the signing of MOU. I leave it to the microphone to Smita, and thank you all of you for being with us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bose. And of course, let us start with the most important job, the signing of the MOUs. If you have not already signed, I'll request you all to open the folders and just do the signature in the first page, so we can start off the MOU signing. And I request the directors and everyone to please stay on the stage so we can help in felicitating the mentors and the contestants. We do have Sanchari Chaudhary, the director of IIHM Bangalore, joining us. Just in time. Wonderful. So I guess we can start off. The first country I'm going to call out is Armenia, and I may request Chef Arbi Gharakani to please bring up the 2 folders up to the stage and do the MOU exchange with Dr. Suborna Bose. The first MOU exchange happening with Armenia with Chef Arbi Gharakani. Yes. One with me, one with Chef Arbi. I'll request you to stay on the stage, please. I will now request the felicitation to happen for Chef Arbi. May I request the medals and the certificates to kindly come up on stage. I will request Dr. Suborna Bose to hand over the medal to Chef Arbi Gharakani. May I request Ma'am Bose to hand over the certificate to Chef Arbi Gharakani. देंगे किसको? Mr. Abdullah Ahmed will hand over the special YCO perfume as our gift. Okay. That is our Tiger Chef, a memory for life, I'm sure. And may I request Paul Chef to give away the perfume, the Young Chef Olympiad specially curated perfume, and also the hamper, the Spice of India hamper. You take away some flavors from India, courtesy Cook Me. That goes to Chef Arbi as well. Thank you so much. I can see his hands are full, but someone is coming to help out. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chef. I will request the contestant from Armenia, Gor, to kindly come up. There he is. Lovely. Gor making his way up to the stage. Rupinder, you can go in. I will request Dr. Bose to hand over the medal. Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the certificate. May I request Mr. Abdullah Ahmed to hand over the lovely Tiger Chef to Gaur. And may I request Ma'am Bose to hand over the lovely Spices of India, the Taste of India hamper to Gaur. Thank you. Thank you so much. We will now move on to Australia, and from Salford College, I would now like to call upon the mentor, Adrian Brown. Welcome on stage. Thank you so much. I would now like to request the lovely tray full of goodies to come up on stage. Dr. Bose, if you can hand over the medal. May I request Chef Paul to hand over the certificate. Request Mr. Khurana to hand over the Mr. Abdullah handing over the Tiger Chef. And the lovely Miss Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the Spice of India hamper. Thank you so much. I now call upon the Australian contestant, Chu Sipok, the stage, please. Thank you. Congratulations. The medal to Dr. Bose. Ma'am Bose handing over the certificate. Okay, Chef Paul Jervis handing over the certificate. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the Tiger Chef. Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the Masala hamper. Thank you so much. The next country is a country which is coming for the first time in Young Chef Olympiad, and that is Azerbaijan. May I request Chef Kelvin Jong to kindly come up on stage. And they have done very, very well, I must. Congratulations. From the Culinary Arts Center of Azerbaijan, Kasa. Take the file. Take the file. Go. Wait. Take the file. Go. Kindly come up with the tray. Dr. Bose, if you can hand over the medal. We have with us Professor David Foskett, Chairman of the Jury, Young Chef Olympiad. A very warm welcome. I request Professor Foskett to hand over the certificate, please. The perfume to be handed over by Chef Paul Jervis. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the Tiger Chef. And Mr. Ernest Emmanuel handing over the masala hamper for the chef from Azerbaijan, Kelvin Chong. Thank you so much. I will now call upon Emil to kindly come up. Emil from Azerbaijan. Hello, come in. Lovely. That is the first time contestant, first time country. Professor Foskett, may I request you to hand over the certificate, please? Professor Foskett. May I request Ma'am Bose to hand over the Tiger Chef? And Mr. Ernest Emmanuel handing over the masala hamper. Thank you so much, Emil. You've done wonderfully. Next up is a very, very close country to our hearts. They have always been supportive and always come from right from year one, I must say, and that's Bangladesh. I will request the mentor chef, Jahida Begum ma'am, to kindly come up from the National Hotel and Tourism Training Institute. Lovely. That is the exchange of MOU happening. And as we do the felicitation, I request Professor Foskett to hand over the medal to Chef Jahida Begum. Dr. Bose handing over the certificate. Ma'am Bose handing over the lovely YCO perfume. Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the Tiger Chef. And we have another lovely lady here from Ahmedabad, Ms. Shabnam Haldar, handing over the spice hamper to Jahida ma'am. Thank you. I'm sure you will all be cooking with the lovely spices which are there in the hamper and sending us some more pictures. Not the recipes this time, just the pictures of the food that you have cooked. All right, we have Mohammad Shariful Islam from Bangladesh, the contestant. May I request him to kindly come up? Thank you. Professor Foskett. Professor Foskett, if you can hand over the medal. Request Ma'am Bose to hand over the lovely Tiger Chef memento that we have. And Ernest Emmanuel to hand over the masala gift hamper. Thank you so much. We move on to the next country, which is Bhutan. Do we have the chef from Bhutan here? Chef Gyambo. They are coming for the first time as well. We do have Bhutan, but this institute is coming for the first time. They are from the Bhutan Institute of Tourism and Hospitality. The symbolic exchange of MOUs between IIHM and the Bhutan Institute of Tourism and Hospitality as we speak. Professor Foskett also felicitating the mentor chef. Thank you so much with the certificate. I request Chef Chef Paul Jervis, if you can kindly hand over the perfume. I'm sorry, you can't see. Sorry. I'll just stand here. I just realized. And the chef, the tiger chef. Chef, we are not done yet. 2, 3 more. The tiger chef and Mambo's handing over the masala hamper. Thank you. I request Sonam Shiring, the contestant, to kindly come up. He's making his way slowly right from the back. Lovely. Welcome, Sonam. Well done, well done. And I must tell you, they had very little preparation time because they had come in quite late. But considering that, Sonam has done really well with lots of confidence. May I request Sanchari to kindly hand over the chef memento, the tiger chef. And the masala hamper. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Moving on, we go to Botswana, the lovely country of Botswana, and coming from the Gaborone College of Culinary Arts, Melissa Ngoni, or Chef Mel as we like to call her. Yeah, Mr. Ahmed is making sure that the cameraman is taking all the pictures right from the left to right. Everyone needs to be in the picture. Thank you so much. That's the medal. The certificate. Chef Paul Jervis giving the Vicio perfume. Mambo's giving the Tiger Chef. And Shabnam giving the lovely masala hamper. Thank you so much. I request Boago Amantel David, the contestants from Botswana, to kindly come up, please. Love the smiling faces right in the morning. Professor Foskett handing over the certificate. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the Tiger Chef. And the Tiger Chef, I'm sure, is going to be like the Oscar trophy somewhere in your office or in your home, making you remember all the memorable times that you have had in India, and we have loved to have you here. 2 more days to go, that's it. Thank you so much. And of course, we have the Tiger Chef here, who will come up on stage in some time. Moving on to Bulgaria, from the HRC Culinary Academy, may I request Chef Henry Danu to kindly come up on stage. Professor Foskett handing over the Mentor's Medal, a certificate, the Vice Your Perfume by Chef Paul. I request Ma'am Bose to hand over the Tiger Chef and Ernest Emmanuel to hand over the Masala Hamper. I request the, oh, there you go. The Tiger Chef is here. There you go. I will request the contestant from Bulgaria, Stilian, to kindly come up on stage. Stilian has also done extremely well for himself. I remember we came back from Delhi together. Lovely, lovely gentleman. I request Professor Foskett to hand over the medal. The certificate, Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the Tiger Chef Memento, and Ms. Sanchari handing over the Cook Me Masala Hamper, the Taste of India. Thank you so much. Moving on to the next country, the country of Colombia, another first-time college to Young Chef Olympiad. May I request Chef Julian Chavez from the Fundación Universitaria San Mateo to kindly come up. Kaun? Thank you so much. The medal being handed over by Professor Foskett. Certificate. Of course, we go on to the Tiger Chef, which is getting handed over by Mr. Abdullah Ahmed, the Chief Operating Officer of the IndiSmart Group. Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the Masala Hamper. I guess the Tiger Chef can rest for some time. Thank you so much. You can take the... I request the student, Joan Galigo, to kindly come up on stage. There you go, Joan. Lovely, that's John. Moving on, all handshakes around. Lovely. Moving on to the Westminster Kingsway College from England, we have Chef Christopher Baston. A quick handshake over the MOU, and we have the picture. We can move on to the felicitation from Professor Foskett. That is the perfume. I request Sanchari to hand over the Tiger Chef and Shabnam to hand over the masala hamper, please. Lovely. Can I call upon Jackson Carter from England to kindly come up on stage? There you go, Jackson. A very relaxed chap, I must say. He's the most relaxed I have seen. Lovely. The certificate. Mambo's handing over the Tiger Chef. And Chef Paul Jervis handing over the masala hamper. Next up is a country that I guess this year has embodied the spirit of YCO. They have made a lot of, it was a long travel journey for them, and that is Equatorial Guinea. Very happy to have them at YCO from the Grand Hotel de Jobo Culinary School. We have Chef Bosco Sanga. Shake hands. No, we need to show the folders and shake hands together so that we can have the picture. Lovely. Thank you so much. Professor Foskett. Mambo's handing over the perfume. Mr. Abdullah handing over the Tiger Chef. And Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the masala hamper. I request the contestant from Equatorial Guinea, Santiago Angono, to kindly come up, please. Well done, Santiago. Thank you so much, Santiago. Thank you so much. Moving on to the beautiful country of Fiji, may I request Chef Jone to kindly come up on stage. From the Fiji National University. Lovely, thank you so much. We will have the medals given to the mentor chef by Professor Foskett. Mambo's handing over the perfume. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the lovely Tiger Chef memento. And Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the masala hamper. Thank you so much. That is Chef Jone from Fiji. I request the contestant, Brian Jeros, to kindly come up, please. Brian is coming up from the end there, lovely. Another shy person, doesn't like to talk much, but he's done fantastically well by coming in the top 20. May I request Mr. Khurana to hand over the Tiger Chef Memento and Ms. Sanchari to hand over the Masala Hamper, please. That is, I'm sure, a very Fijian way of giving respect. As chef is telling me, that is a fantastic cultural learning that we had. That is the way the Fijians give respect to the more elders or with more, yes, respectable people. So fantastic symbol by Brian. May I request from France, from the Albert Deman Hotel and Catering School, Chef Francois Moulin, to kindly come up on stage. Mambo's handing over the Tiger Chef Memento, and Mr. Ernest Emmanuel handing over the Masala Hamper. Thank you so much, Chef Moulin. We have Quentin from France, the contestant, who is making his way up from the gallery of the contestant, coming up. Mambo's handing over the Tiger Chef Memento, and Mr. Ernest Emmanuel handing over the Masala Hamper. Thank you so much. Moving on to another beautiful country, Greece. May I request Chef Zach Levy from La Chef Levy, a first-time contestant in the Young Chef Olympiad, the country of Greece, and of course the Institute of La Chef Levy. We have Chef Levy himself on the stage, the mentor for Greece. Lovely. The medal getting handed over by Professor Foskett. Dr. Bose handing over the certificate. Mrs. Bose handing over the perfume. And Chef Paul Jervis handing over the Tiger Chef Memento. May I request Ms. Shabnam Haldar to kindly hand over the Masala Hamper. We have Petros Poulos from Greece coming up on the stage to take his contestant's memento. Well done, Petros. Mambo's handing over the Tiger Chef memento, and Mr. Ernest Emmanuel, Director of IIHM Hyderabad, handing over the masala hamper. Not him. Okay, Sanchari handing over. Smile. Thank you so much, Petros. We move on to the host country, India. And of course, we will just have the felicitation for the mentors. May I request you to kindly leave the folders and chef can come up on his own. Chef Sudipto Mazumdar coming up on stage to take his mentor's medal. Warm welcome to Chef Gary. I can see Chef Enzo. Very, very warm welcome. Good morning. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the Tiger Chef Memento. And Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the Masala Hamper. Thank you so much, Chef Sudipto. I would now like to request the contestant from India, Ms. Nooreen Sheikh, to kindly come up on stage. Nooreen is the top 10 finalist. Professor Foskett handing over the certificate. Mambos handing over the Tiger Chef Memento. Ms. Shabnam Haldar handing over the Masala Hamper. Thank you so much. We move on to the country of Indonesia. May I request Chef Sondana Suganda to kindly come up from the NHI Tourism Polytechnic, Bandung. The medal, the certificate, and we have Mambos giving the perfume, Chef Paul giving the chef memento, and Mr. Ernest Emmanuel giving the masala hamper. I will now like to request Willy Linardi, the contestant from Indonesia, to kindly come up, please. There you go. Welcome on stage, Willy. Well done. I will request Mr. Rupinder Khurana to kindly hand over the Tiger Chef Memento. And Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary for the masala hamper. Thank you so much, Willy. We move on to the country of Iran, and the contestant has come on her own. I will request Ms. Behnaz Zoberi to kindly come up. Of course, you have... Woo! The loudest cheers for Behnaz, absolutely, yes. Well done. Being in such a tough competition without a mentor, I think you have done well, and I'm sure you have got a lot of chef mentors who have offered their mentorship. Wonderful. That's the spirit of Young Chef Olympiad. Lovely. Ma'am Bose handing over the Tiger Chef and Miss Shabnam Haldar handing over the masala hamper. Benaz, you're missing the masalas from India. Thank you so much. Thank you, Benaz. Moving on to Ireland, may I request Chef George Smith to kindly come up on stage. From the Technological University of Dublin, Chef George Smith. You can go here and take the MOU. Thank you so much, Professor Foskett, handing over the medal along with the certificate. Ma'am Bose handing over the perfume. May I request Mr. Abdullah Ahmad to hand over the chef, the Tiger Chef memento, and Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the masala hamper. Thank you so much. May I request Matthew Luram to kindly come up, the contestant from Ireland. Woo! Chef Paul Jervis handing over the Tiger Chef memento. Professor Foskett handing over the masala hamper. From the country of Italy, may I request the mentor, Antonia Cantarera, to kindly come up on stage from Ipsar, Armando Pirotti. I must share with you, the chef has managed wonderfully well without knowing much of English, only on Google Translation, and fantastically well she has managed, I must say. Lovely. May I request Ma'am Bose to hand over the Tiger Chef and Chef Paul to hand over the perfume. Mr. Ernest Emmanuel coming up to hand over the masala hamper. Yes, hands are full and our hearts are full. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. May I request Gabrielle Colombo, the contestant from Italy, to come up, please. I request the Tiger Chef memento to be handed over. Mr. Emmanuel, if you can hand over the Tiger Chef memento. Ms. Shabnam Haldar, can you hand over the masala hamper, please? Thank you so much. May I request everyone to move a little towards your left so that we can get a proper shot, I think, yes. I guess we have the approval now. Yes, wonderful. Moving on to Jordan, we have the lovely Miss Jihan, Chef Jihan, coming up from the Royal Academy of Culinary Arts, Jordan. handshakes, the medal and the certificate getting handed over along with the perfume, the Tiger Chef Memento. Mr. Ahmed, if you can do the Tiger Chef Memento, please. And Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper. Lovely, big smiles all around. I request the contestant from Jordan, Ahmed Taher, to kindly come up on stage. Well done, Ahmed. Step chilo piche. Ms. Haldar handing over the masala hamper. Thank you so much. Moving on to the country of Kenya, from the Boma International Hospitality College, we have Chef Christopher Burton coming up on stage. The handshakes and the exchange of MOUs between Kenya and India, and of course, we all are the beneficiaries. May I request the certificate to be handed over along with the perfume by Chef Paul. The Tiger Chef Memento, Ms. Shabnam Haldar is handing over. And the masala hamper getting handed over. I request the contestant, Joseph Gitao, to kindly come up, please. The medal getting handed over to Professor Foskett along with the certificate. The Tiger Chef, may I request Ma'am Bose to hand over the Tiger Chef. And Chef Paul Jervis giving away the masala hamper. Well done, Joseph. Moving on to the country of Luxembourg, may I request Chef Alan Hoster to kindly come up. Luxembourg is coming for the first time to YCO, the first time participation, but I'm sure it's not going to be the last. Chef Alan exchanging the MOUs with Dr. Shubarna Bose. A big handshake to make it yes. Lovely. We will have the medals coming up to the stage, getting handed over by Professor Foskett. What an honor. Ma'am Bose handing over the Tiger Chef. And Miss Shabnam Haldar handing over the masala hamper. I also request Timothy to kindly come up on stage, the contestant from Luxembourg. Lovely. Timothy also had very, very few days to be ready for the competition. So he has done extremely well, I must say, coming to a new country, participating with just few weeks of preparation. Fantastic. Well done, Timothy. And the masala hamper. Thank you so much, Tim. Another country that is coming for the first time in Young Chef Olympiad, the country of Madagascar. And may I ask Chef Guy to kindly come to Madagascar. May I request the medal to be handed over by Professor Foskett along with the certificate. I request Mambo hand over the tiger show and the masala, please. I will request the contestant from Madagascar, Mr. Randiram Hiango, if I'm pronouncing coming up on stage. And of course, Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the masala hamper. Thank you so much. Moving on to the country of Malaysia, our old friends in YCO, Shuk Othman from Taylor's University. Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate. And the lovely Tiger Chef memento handing over by Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary, the perfume by Mr. Rupinder Khurana, and the masala hamper by Mr. Abdullah Ahmed. Yo. Yes. Lovely. And the hamper? Thank you so much. I request Jack from Malaysia to kindly come up and accept his mementos. Jack, if I can have you on stage. Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate. Ma'am Bose handing over Tiger Chef and over the masala hamper. From Maldives, may I request Chef Fatimat Alil to kindly come up from the Maldives National University. I request Mr. Abdullah Ahmed, first the medals to Professor Foskett, and the certificate. Certificate be there. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the perfume, Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the chef memento, and Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the masala hamper. I request the contestant Mariam to kindly come up, Malian Lomir to kindly come up on stage to take the medal. Oh, there she is. Lovely. Please come up. Thank you so much. Abdullah handing over the chef memento and Sanchari handing over the masala hamper. Moving on to the beautiful country of Mauritius, we have Miss Annabella Muthuswamy coming up on the stage with the MOUs. Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate. After the handshake, Chef Paul handing over the perfume, Mambos handing over the Tiger Chef memento, and Miss Haldar handing over the masala hamper. I will request the contestant Selva to kindly come up on stage from Mauritius to take the memento. Selva is making his way up to the stage. There he is. Well done. The certificate, the Tiger Chef memento, and the Taste of India hamper. Well done. I would now like to call upon the country of Namibia from the Silver Spoon Hospitality Academy, Namibia, Chef Terry Jenkinson making his way up. And the MOUs getting exchanged with Dr. Bose with a handshake. The medal and the certificate getting handed over by Professor Foskett. May I request the perfume to be handed over by Ms. Sanchari, the chef memento by Rupinder Khurana, and the cook me hamper by Abdullah Ahmed. I will now request Guinean, the contestant from Namibia, to kindly come up. Well done. May I have the certificate to be handed over, please? Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the Tiger Chef trophy, and Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper. Well done. From our neighboring country, Nepal, may I request Chef Surya Mahat to kindly come up on stage. Mr. Surya Mahat from the Academy of Culinary Arts and Hospitality Management, exchanging MOUs with a handshake. The medal and the certificate getting handed over by Professor Foskett. The perfume by Mrs. Sanjukta Bose. Chef Paul Jervis handing over the Tiger Chef Memento, and Mr. Ernest Emmanuel handing over the masala hamper. I will also request the contestant Sugyan Thapa to kindly come up on stage from Nepal. I request Mr. Abdullah Ahmed to hand over the Tiger Chef Memento and Mr. Rupinder Khurana to hand over the masala hamper to Sugyan. From the country of Netherlands, another first-time entrant in Young Chef Olympiad, we have Chef Jordi Prague coming up on stage. Handshakes all around. Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate, along with Mrs. Bose handing over the chef, Tiger Chef, Chef Paul Jervis handing over the perfume, and Mr. Ernest Emmanuel handing over the masala hamper. I request the contestant Ms. Blanket to kindly come up on stage. There you go. Lovely. Mr. Rupinder Khurana handing over the Tiger Chef Memento, and Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper. Moving on to the country of New Zealand, we have Chef Frank, who's coming up on the stage with the MOUs. An exchange of MOUs over a handshake, so we can have a, with a, yes. The medal and the certificate from Professor Foskett. The Tiger Chef Memento by Mr. Abdullah Ahmed, and the masala hamper Sanchari Chaudhary. And of course the perfume. How can I forget the perfume from Paul Jervis? We have the contestant Michelle Burling-Cladrich to kindly come up on stage. Michelle making her way out. I request Mr. Khurana to hand over the Tiger Chef Memento, along with Ms. Sanchari handing over the masala hamper. From the country of Oman and the National Hospitality Institute, may I call upon Chef Haroon Al-Balushi to kindly come up on stage. Lovely. A quick handshake over the MOU. And the certificate and the medal getting handed over by Professor Foskett to Chef Haroon. I request Chef Paul Jervis to hand over the Tiger Chef and Ms. Bose to hand over the YCO specially curated perfume. And the masala hamper. I request the contestant Mariam Al-Sadi to kindly come up on stage for her medal. There you go. I request Mr. Abdullah Ahmad to kindly hand over the Tiger Chef and Mr. Rupinder Khurana to hand over the masala gift hamper. Thank you so much. We are skipping just now a few countries because the chef has to go for a master class. That's a part of Young Chef Olympiad where we have exchange of knowledge, and very, very nicely the chef from South Korea, Dr. Bruce Lee, has decided to do a master class. So we are doing South Korea first. Dr. Bruce Lee coming up on stage from Wusong University for the MOU exchange. I request the certificate and the medals to kindly come up on stage. Professor Foskett handing over the certificate and the medal after the handshakes are over. Mr. Abdullah Ahmad handing over the Tiger Chef memento, and Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper. And Chef Paul Jervis handing over the lovely perfume. I request the contestant from South Korea, Yoo Bin Myung, to kindly come up on stage for his memento. Professor Foskett handing over the certificate and the medal. May I request Mr. Rupinder Khurana to hand over the Tiger Chef memento and Mr. Abdullah Ahmad to hand over the masala hamper. Lovely. That's the spirit. Moving on to Portugal, may I request? Thank you so much, Yubin. May I request Chef Alexander Ferreira to kindly come up on stage. From the Turismo de Portugal Escolas. Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate to Chef Alexander. The lovely Tiger Chef memento getting handed over by Chef Paul Jervis. Ms. Sanjukta Bose handing over the perfume, and Ms. Shabnam Haldar handing over the masala hamper. I request the contestant from Portugal, Adriato Carvalho, to kindly make his way up to the stage. Adriato coming up from behind the photographers. There he is. The medal and the certificate getting handed over by Professor Foskett to Adriato, along with the Tiger Chef memento by Mr. Abdullah Ahmad and the masala hamper by Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary. Moving on to the country of Saudi Arabia from the ZADK Saudi Culinary Academy, I request Chef Mohammad Jaber Al-Salami to kindly come up. Professor Foskett handing over the medal after the handshake. With the certificate, Mr. Khurana handing over the Tiger Chef, Paul Jervis Chef handing over the perfume, and the Kukmi Masala by Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary. I request the contestant Nebras Al-Qureshi to kindly come up on stage, please. Nebras. Do we have Nebras here? Okay, there she is. Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate, along with Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the Tiger Chef Memento and Mr. Khurana handing over the Masala Hamper. Thank you so much. Lovely. Moving on to the country of Scotland, from the Edinburgh College, we have Chef Jack Evans.
I'm so sorry to be delayed. It's not my fault. The MOU exchange program, it takes too long. This takes too long.
Can we have
anyway,
the
I'm
other
so glad to be
microphone
here,
off, please?
especially the student of IIHM. I come from Korea, Usong University, and then one of my students, he announced to
Thank
be
you so
compete for
We
play
move on.
trophy. Chance to
The
see
perfume handed
what
over by Chef
he
Paul
prepared.
Jervis.
It will be very,
Abdullah Ahmed
very
handing over
exciting.
the Tiger Chef
And
Memento
I will-
and the Masala Hamper.
Tell about what
Thank you so
I'm
much.
going to do
We move to the contestant
demonstrate.
from
This is a
Scotland,
traditional
John
Korean
Michael
dishes.
Kochev. Can I have
I
John
think
on the
you
stage,
like
please?
BTS.
Yo!
BTS, you know?
There you go. Fantastic, John.
Why he's so famous in the world? You tell me. Raise your hand. You know why he's so
Foskett
famous?
handing over the medal and the certificate. Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over
Famous
the
band.
Tiger Chef
Why
Memento and
he-
Mr.
they
Khurana
dance
handing
well
over the
and,
Masala Hamper.
sing a song so beautiful because they
Murla
demonstrate
Gabriel coming up
is a
on
very
stage
basic. It's
along
very
with the
basic.
MOUs.
You can use all different types of the
From the Seychelles
meat.
Tourism
Like I
Academy,
say, I think
the MOUs
you
getting
like
exchanged
chicken,
over a
you
handshake,
like, lamb,
and Professor
you like,
Foskett handing
fish,
over the medal
whatever.
and
You
the
can use
certificate
this basic sauce. We
to Chef
call the,
Murla with
bulgogi
Mr.
sauce.
Abdullah Ahmed
It's
handing
very
over the
much-
chef
It
Tiger Chef
fit very
Memento
well
and Ms.
with the
Sanchari Chaudhary
beef.
handing over the Masala Hamper.
is sirloin.
Along
It's
with
sirloin.
Chef
You know the
Paul
sirloin
Jervis handing over
is a special
the
part of the
perfume.
beef, and not only sirloin, but you can use
Thank you so much,
different
Chef
parts,
Murla.
except for
I request the
shank
contestant,
and
Irowane
round.
Dennis, to
It's
kindly
so
come up on
tough.
stage.
And
There you
now,
go, Irowane.
we'll show the
The
basic,
certificate
the
getting
vegetables.
handed
I
over
can use it.
along with the medal.
I have to take out.
Irowane by Professor Foskett. And the masala hamper handing over by Chef Paul Jervis. The next country of Singapore, where English Chef Satish Sadar.
कार्यक्रम में फेम भूल हो रहा है।
Getting handed over by Professor Foskett. And the masala hamper by Mr. Khurana. That is the country of South Africa. Thank you so much, Amy. We move on to Spain. And from the Escola Superior de Hosteria de Barcelona, we have Jacob Salvador Fernandez. Chef Jacob is handing over the MOUs. May I request Professor Foskett to hand over the medal and the certificate to Chef Jacob for his mentorship, along with Chef Paul Jervis handing over the members, handing over the perfume, Chef Paul Jervis handing over the Chef Memento, the Tiger Chef Memento, and Ms. Shabnam Haldar handing over the masala hamper. I request the contestant from Spain, Joel Martorelle, to kindly come up on stage. Joel is making his way up. With the medal and the certificate handed over by Professor Foskett, Mr. Abdullah Ahmad handing over the Chef Memento, and Ms. Anchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper to Joel. As we move on, we come to the country of Sweden, and may I request the mentor, Kasia Ray, to kindly come up from Virginiska Gymnasiet. Professor... I request Professor Foskett to hand over the medal and the certificate to Ms. Ray. The perfume getting handed over by Chef Paul Jervis. Ms. Sanjukta Bose handing over the lovely Tiger Chef Memento, and the masala hamper getting handed over by Ms. Shabnam Haldar. I request the contestant Carla Ray to kindly come up on stage from Sweden. A big round of applause. I'm sure you all are tired clapping, but just a few more countries to go. Thank you so much. Well done, Carla. May I request Mr. Khurana to hand over the Chef Memento and Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary to hand over the masala hamper. We move on to Switzerland with Chef Sean Leonard coming up on stage for BHMS Business and Hotel Management School, handing over the MOUs. Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate. Chef Paul Jervis handing over the Chef Memento. Ms. Sanjukta Bose handing over the perfume. Mr. Ernest Emmanuel handing over the masala hamper. I request the contestant from Switzerland, Kalina Yordonova, to kindly come up on stage. Big round of applause for Kalina. Mr. Rupinder Khulana handing over the Chef Memento, and Ms. Anchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper to Kalina as a memory of India. We move on to Thailand. From the Dusit Thani College, may I request Chef Jathupon to kindly come up on stage. A handshake over the MOU signing. Professor Foskett handing over the medal to Chef Jathupon along with the certificate. Chef Paul Jervis handing over the perfume. And Ma'am Sanjukta Bose handing over the chef memento along with Miss Shabnam Haldar handing over the masala hamper. May I request the participant, Mr. Patifon, to kindly come up on stage. Thank you, Chef. Thank you so much, Mr. Khurana handing over the Tiger Chef memento and Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper. As we move on, we go to the country of Uganda, and may I request Chef Henry Francis Wanyama to kindly come up on stage from the Cooking School, Uganda. May I request the certificate and the medal to be given, and Chef Paul Jervis doing the honors with the perfume. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the Tiger Chef memento, and Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper to Chef Henry Wanyama. I request the contestant, Roshan, to kindly come up on stage as she comes up to the stage to accept her medal. There you go, Roshan. Professor Foskett handing over the medal along with the certificate to Roshan. Mr. Ahmed handing over the chef, the Tiger Chef. And Mr. Ernest Emmanuel coming up to hand over the lovely masala hamper. Thank you so much, Roshan. Moving on to the US of A, the United States of America, we have Chef Jeremy Houghton coming up from the Johnson and Wales College. Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate. Chef Paul handing over the nice perfume. Ms. Shabnam Haldar handing over the chef memento. And Mr. Ernest Emmanuel with the Spice of India masala hamper. Can I request Chantel Gonzalez from Johnson and Wales? Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate to Chantel. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the Tiger Chef memento. Mr. Khurana handing over the masala hamper. As we move on, we go to Uzbekistan, and from the International Center of Uzbek Culinary Art, may I request Chef Mentor Ahmad Khamdev to kindly come up on stage. Professor Foskett handing over the medal and the certificate. Mr. Khurana handing over the chef memento. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the perfume, and Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper. I request the contestant Shokroz Khan to kindly come up on stage. There you go, if you can give him some way. Thank you so much. Well done. Come up on stage, Shokroz. Professor Foskett handing over the medal, the certificate. Mr. Khurana handing over the Tiger Chef memento, and Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the masala hamper. Well done. We move on to the country of Wales, and from the Cardiff and Vale College, may I request the chef mentor, Chef Eric Couturier, to kindly come up on stage. Chef Paul Jervis handing over the Tiger Chef memento. Ms. Sanjukta Bose handing over the perfume, and Mr. Ernest Emmanuel handing over the masala hamper. I request Benjamin Newcomb, the contestant from Wales, to kindly come up. May we have Benjamin here? Oh, there he is. Welcome, Benjamin. Well done. We have the medal being given by Professor Foskett along with the certificate. Mr. Abdullah Ahmed handing over the Tiger Chef memento, and Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the masala hamper. Last but not the least, thank you for the patience. And of course, we have from Zimbabwe, Chef Tendai. From the Hospitality School, Zimbabwe, coming up on stage, along with the Memorandum of Understanding. Professor Foskett handing over the Medal of Mentorship along with the certificate. We have Chef Paul Jervis handing over the Tiger Chef memento. Mr. Emmanuel, for a change, is handing over the perfume. And the masala gift hamper is going from Mr. Abdullah Ahmed's hands. And the loudest cheers, I must say, should be reserved for the last contestant. They have waited very patiently. From Zimbabwe, Elisaf Chipare. Lovely. Can I have Elisaf on the stage? There you go. Well done. Thank you so much, Ms. Sanchari Chaudhary handing over the chef memento and Mr. Khurana handing over the masala hamper. Thank you so much. That brings us to the end of the ceremony. Now I'll request the mentors to kindly come up on stage with their medals so we can have a group photograph just for the mentors, and then we will do the contestants later. Request all the mentors to kindly come up. Okay, we are getting a platform so that everyone can be on the stage. Just a few announcements. I will request Group A for Dr. Bose Challenge to stay back. They are going to stay back to continue with their competition. I will also request the grand final top 10 to stay back and come with us to another location so that we can hand over the chef's coat to them. The top 10, that the grand final, that will be after the group photograph, and the group A for the Dr. Bose Challenge competition. They will stay back. We do have the buses ready for the rest of you to take you back to the IndiSmart Hotel for a little rest and lunch. And they will come back, the group B and the group C will come back a little later when we have the competition ready for them. All right, I think we should do the group photograph now with the mentors. Just the mentors, if you can kindly come in. Just the mentors, if you can all come in. You can put it at the back and then we can have the... If the mentors can slowly make their way up to the... Stage पे.